So at some point this year, supposedly Dragon Ball is coming back. And we know that Super had 133 episodes or 131, I forgot what it was, but it's around there. So there are things that we want to see that did not happen in Dragon Ball Super. The first one that I would like to talk about is Goten and Trunks, Kid Trunks, to be more specific. We haven't seen these kids grow up since the Buu saga, and that was a long time ago. And when these kids were introduced back in Dragon Ball Z, I actually was excited for them. You know, when they fused, when they became Super Saiyan, we're like, damn, they did this as kids. That's cool. They have potential. But then they just became nobody in Dragon Ball Super. I mean, what was the purpose of Goten and Trunks? We saw them fuse once when Frieza came, and then after that they weren't doing much. I know there are other characters that were not doing much, but I think that Goten and Trunks have potential. And the main thing that is bothering people is that they still look the same. When at this point, I believe even if they are Saiyans, they should be taller. They should look like teenagers, by now. And a lot of people they want this in the next season of Dragon Ball Super. And I'm scratching my head thinking why they don't change what they look like already. Like made them look a little older and actually use them for something. I mean, I know that Goten is there, so we can remember Goku as a kid. And every time you see Goten, all you see is Goku. Obviously, you remember Goku as a kid, but that kid has to grow already. Number two, I want to see Vegeta going to Planet Sadala. I mean, they planted this way back in the Universe 6 versus 7 tournament for the Dragon Balls, for the Super Dragon Balls. But ever since, they haven't brought that back. That arc would involve Vegeta going to that planet. What would bring him there? I don't know. Conflict? But that's something that they just tease us a little bit with it, because I remember Kaba telling Vegeta, "Hey, there's a guy in my planet that reminds me of you." I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I would love to see who this Saiyan is that reminds Kaba of Vegeta. I'm not sure if this is big enough to make it in a movie. That would make Vegeta the main character in that movie. And I guess I can tie this in to if they make Vegeta go to that planet, then they can possibly make him the main guy of that arc or that movie, if we get one. I highly doubt it. But if that does happen, then he can become the one that defeats somebody on his own for the first time. One big villain. He has defeated other people, but not the main. So maybe if this arc is constructed that way, we kill two birds with one stone, which people get what they want. They get Sadala, and they also get. Then Vegeta gets to shine on his own, pretty much. Number three, when Beerus was introduced, he was such a badass. And you can say that he still is because he's Beerus at the end of the day, and he will whip your ass. But since the Battle of Gods, what has Beerus done as far as fighting or destroying? Nothing. Yeah, the man is still, God of Destruction, but he hasn't fought. He hasn't done anything. We saw him fight Goku, and that's it. We could have seen, we could have gotten Beerus fighting again if the anime would have done what the manga did, which they had all the gods of destruction go at it in that small tournament. But in the anime, we didn't get that. What we got was 3 matches, and that was it. We could have Beerus go at it with other gods of destruction, but we didn't get it. So in 131 episodes, Beerus basically fought one time, and that was Goku. Well, Goku for a lengthy time when he transformed into Super Saiyan God. He fought Vegeta very briefly. That was about it. That's it. So I would love to see more Beerus. At least one fight, maybe in some sort of tournament. I don't know, but we want to see more of Beerus. We want to see Beerus go at it with Vegeta or Goku in their strongest form, and see how that pans out. Number four, Piccolo getting some sort of power up. I mean, I know that this guy, he keeps getting stronger, but there is no change to him physically. There's no actual power up. Like when he briefly was able to take on Frieza back in the Namek saga, that was a real power up. But the power ups that Piccolo gets sometimes, they're like later. Yes, he got a power up in Namek. Yes, he got a power up when Cell came along, but he was quickly left behind. So, I mean, I've seen some art in the internet that I like, and I think that he should get some sort of god form or some power up, something where you can physically change his appearance, that he can be as at a Super Saiyan God level or something. But I just feel like right now, Piccolo is still, he has been Piccolo, he's gotten stronger, but that's something that like, wow, look, he transformed. And I want to see that from Piccolo. I really want to see that coming in the next season of Dragon Ball. I don't know if he can achieve Ultra Instinct. As far as I know, that's a technique, but I don't see how you can explain him getting there without being able to match Goku or Vegeta. So I really want to see that. Number 5. People want more Broly, not just the movie. They want more Broly in the series. They really do. Oh, and I do too. I wonder, can he become a Sea Fighter? Can he control his transformation? I am totally on board with seeing Broly with the Sea Fighters. Now, can he always be there? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, if you have somebody like that in the team, you're gonna beat your villain right away, unless it's somebody like Moro that can take your power away, and he'll power up himself. But if it's your typical villain and you have Broly, at that point they'll probably just use the Saiyan rule. No, I go first and you go last. I highly doubt that we're gonna have Broly living on Earth. He's probably gonna stay in his planet, but it would be nice to have an arc, a longer arc when Broly and the Sea Fighters interacting. Number 6. People finally want to see Vegeta's reaction when he finds out that Virus gave the order to destroy his own planet. I am dying to see this. I have seen it online, people wanting this all the time. And Dragon Ball does this. They have teased a lot of things, but they haven't followed through. I'm just wondering how will Vegeta react to this? My personal opinion, he's gonna try to kick Beerus' ass. Unless for some reason he just won't care. But I think he will. I mean, look back at the Namek saga. He was crying, telling Goku that Frieza destroyed his own planet. So deep down, he cares. He cares. Now, if he doesn't react that way, maybe what Beerus will do is restore the planet. That opens the door for a lot. Will he go back to the planet? How will those Saiyans react to Vegeta being the strongest Saiyan in their planet? Of course, second to Goku, well, you have Broly. So now you have 3 very strong Saiyans. But if he goes back to the planet, at that moment, he's the strongest Saiyan there. I wonder how his people will react. His dad seeing him all grown up. That'll be something nice to watch, but what is the art going to bring? What is he really going to bring? If that's a resolution after he finds out what Beerus order. Number 7, the return of Cell. You know, I like this, but I don't like this at the same time. Because if you do that, you're pretty much doing what you did with Frieza. You know, brought him back. But then what? What do you do? I mean, if you bring back Cell, he can do a lot of things. Number 1, he can get a god form because he has Saiyan blood, and then he also has not Saiyan blood, Saiyan cells, and he also has Frieza cells. So it will be a god golden form. Think about that with Cell. He'll probably be overpowered. Now that probably sets up something else. He'll come back, but he's not coming back for Goku or Vegeta. He's coming back for Gohan. And what will he do to come back and get through Gohan? Gohan will not be ready for this if Cells come back. He will not be ready. So if there's something that can push Gohan to the next level again. That storyline, I don't know if it will go anywhere. It is something that people want to see. I don't know how it will be executed, but it will just be a repeat of his old saga. So I wonder how can actually bring Cell back without being another version of Frieza. You know, that plot was already done. You brought a character from the dead that was a villain. Now, with Cell, you have to think how you can do this. It would be cool if Frieza would bring him back, trying to somehow create his own alliance. So, like, Frieza's still gonna want to beat Goku and Vegeta, no matter what. So, he's the only one right now by himself. He got Broly for a brief time, but there is no way that he's gonna be able to beat Vegeta and Goku. So, he's gonna have to recruit. So, can he wish Cell back? He can, but he's gonna have to get the Dragon Balls. So, maybe he can create his own alliance and tag team with Cell, come to Earth, and try to beat up on Goku and Vegeta. Now, that's something that I will definitely watch. Number 8, Vegeta going one-on-one with Frieza. Just the two of them, one-on-one, death battle, or give up. We haven't really had that. And don't tell me that what we got when Frieza came back to life was fair. By that time, Frieza was low on energy. He ran out of stamina, and Vegeta was fresh. So of course he was whipping his ass like nothing. But we would love, yes, we would love to see a one-on-one Vegeta and Frieza, and see how that actually ends. Can Frieza actually take out Vegeta? I'm going to say no right now, unless somehow Frieza gets a power up. Because let's not forget that Vegeta got that power up. People call it evolution. I call it Super Saiyan Blue 2. You know, I like to call it Super Saiyan Royal Blue, but 2 is fine too. But you know what I'm talking about. I think that power up takes care of current Frieza. But that will be something nice to watch. But again, it's how it is executed. Now let me know in the comments your thoughts. Which one of this did you like, did not like? I'm pretty sure I missed some. I mean, I could go on and on about this. There's a lot of things that we can see, but let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time.
Y que la calle bota fuego, fuego, falla, falla, fuego, fuego, falla, falla, fuego, fuego, falla, falla, fuego, fuego. Y que la calle bota fuego.